Welcome back. You've come from my last video. I must have killed 50 flies since I've sat here. I'm about to carry on. I need to look sharp because I've got to get this done. I can't spend the night up here. But anyway, these are the views that I've got right now sat here, look. Not bad at all, eh? Right, I need to get moving. Well, that's where I've got to get to before I can drop down. And obviously I've got to now there is an out for me, should I say, down here. The problem is I've got to go right down there to that valley bottom, and then I don't go up there. I've got to go round that corner and then come up the other valley over the other side all the way up, and that's a long stretch. So I don't know what I'm doing yet. Well, I've got some new friends. Some bighorn sheep, look, bless them. Well, they're taking an interest in me. There is a trail, but it doesn't really develop until you come round that Jacarilla peak. There'll be a bit here and there, then it disappears for a good bit, then a little bit, then it disappears. But once you come round that Jacarillo peak, where all the tussocky grass disappears, then yeah, it's pretty good at the minute. Let's hope it stays like this. Well, I've got a big solid climb coming up now. I've got to go right up there, look. Well, I do go over that and I turn to the right once I'm over the top of there and follow that skyline basically. To there. And that's where I should finish. A few more Bigfoot, bighorn sheep. Wondering what I'm up to. Well, that's looking back. Sorry I've not filmed for a while. It's been raining, and I don't like filming in rain for obvious reasons. I don't want to damage my camera. It's slowly easing at the minute, but I need to be up and over him. Once I'm up at the top of there and over, most of it's downhill. So when I can get back into the tree cover, and once I'm in the tree line, I'll find somewhere to camp, I think. So that's where I am right now. Obviously, that's where I've come from, right back there, round that big pointer when I've come right from round that corner. But yeah, at least it's not thunderstorming. Man, and I was worried about getting heat exhaustion. My freaking hands are freezing. That wind's really cold. But at least I can get a spurt on because it's not draining me. Right, I should see you up there hopefully. Right, that there is a thunderstorm. And I'm going straight up there and then straight down the other side. So it might just miss me, or I might be able to get into tree line before it gets over the top of me. Alright, let's give it a go. Right, I'm going to try and get down. This thunder's right over my head. I've not seen any lightning whatsoever, but the thunder is right above me. I need to get out of Shitsville. Yep. See you in a bit. Okay. I've just been sat under this little tree, look, can you see? I've been sat under there with my brolly up, but that wind is freezing, and it's a hailstorm is this. Now it's not thundered for a couple of minutes. So I'm giving it a go. I can't sit here freezing like this. I've only got to get up and over that bugger, and then when I start down the other side I get right into the forest. So I'm giving it a go, bugger it. Well, I'm about halfway up, maybe just over. It's thundered once, but it appears to be moving away. Seems to be over there, look. It's cold. And I'm worn out, and I've still got all that to climb. But once I get to the top, like I say, a mile or so and I'll be back in the tree line. Well, that were interesting. Storm chaser. Okay. Whew. That was steep. On tired legs. Yeah. That's where I'm going now, following that ridge line, and then I'll drop down to the left. And that storm's moving away to the left, look. You can see it. It's over there. I mean, I might catch a bit of it on there, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. A final climb for today, I hope. That's where I started this above the tree line hike. You see the mountain in the distance. In fact, there was a mountain behind there where I started, and I came round the left hand side of that and I started working my way to the right. Pretty much followed that, maybe not right on the ridge but not far off. Tough day, really tough day. I'm not finished yet. There's my future for the next couple of days. I've got all that to cross. Well, good morning. That was my camp spot for last night. It was pretty late, it was getting dark by the time I got to pack up. Not the best day I've ever had, if I'm honest, because of how difficult it was. I think I did, well, I'm at mile 46 for this section, so that's 2:23s I've done. And this section's 92 mile. So I'm about halfway. I'm still going to be on the Skyline Trail this morning for a good bit, so a lot more climbing as well. I've not had a really good look because I've just been concentrating on my water. I'm hoping to get to Truchas Lake. It's just not too far away, and it's got a feeder stream or a stream coming off of it, which hopefully got some water running so I can get some. But water shouldn't be too bad today. I'm dropping down for a good bit, and I should be dropping. I should be passing a lot of creeks. That little ridge there, I'll put an arrow, is where I came up and over late yesterday when it was thundering, if you remember. I tried the first time and I had to go back, but that's where I came up and over. And since then I've pretty much been following, going left. I've not been right on the skyline. I've not gone up and over all the peaks, but it's been in and out of the forest, the tree line, shall we say. And those mountains there, the Truchas, Truchas Mountain, that's where I dropped down, the Truchas Lake, and then I've just climbed up again and picked this sky. This is still the Skyline Trail I'm on. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's still early morning, so I'm not sweltering like I was yesterday. And this is the continuation of the trail, as you can see, or maybe you can't, but it just starts to go to the left of those trees. I'll then start to drop back down into the tree line. So this morning's been beautiful. This is where I leave the Skyline Trail. Skyline Trail goes up there, it carries on, and then I now pick this one up. Jack's something trail, I think it's called. I've not really had a good look. Alright. Well, hello, good morning. I'm just having a quick break, my first break, because I'm going through a fire burn area. It doesn't look that big, but even so, there's nowhere to sit in those sort of places. It's just full of soot. Now what I do, when I have a break, you might notice I leave my rucksack on and I find an old log or a big rock, and I sit down and I lean back and it traps my rucksack. It might look uncomfortable, but it's really comfortable, and I ain't going to mess about taking my rucksack off. What I was going to say, I've celebrated a special day while I've been on trail. Well, technically I wasn't on trail, I was recovering from heat exhaustion in a Santa Fe motel room. But it was my birthday. Now I don't usually bother with birthdays, just another day, but this particular one, I am now qualified as an old age pensioner. So I can now claim my state pension, and the first thing I'm going to do when I get back is get my bus pass, so I can get free bus all over South Yorkshire. maybe further afield, I don't know, I've not looked into it. So yeah, I was an old age pensioner. Right, let's have a look at this burn area. Good job, trail maintenance workers here, look. It's a really good trail, really well maintained. And look at all these fall downs that they've cut out of the way. Well done, guys. Well, this trail really started to get overgrown back there. I was beginning to get a bit worried. It's just gone 12 and it's just started spitting with rain, but it is, look at the clouds, look, dark. I mean, that lady on the horse yesterday said there was going to be a big thunderstorm today, so we'll see. I've got about 3 miles to go to get to the end of this trail, which will be a relief because it's I keep getting worried that it's going to close out on me. I'm going to have to start navigating through all this horrible stuff. So far so good. And then when I get to the end of this trail and pick another trail up, that's me at 60 mile. That's 60 mile for this section, obviously not the whole hike. So that'll leave me with 32 mile. left. So I've got about 35 mile left from where I am now. But I'd like to put a big hole in that today, so that when I get into Santa Fe tomorrow, that's if I can, I've got plenty of time to run a load of chores. I don't have to pay for an extra night before I get my flight. Right, see what the future brings. Well, there's my future. I've got to drop right down to the bottom of this ravine, and then I follow it all the way up there, look. And then when I get so far up, I then got to go behind there, and then I follow that ravine up as well. So I've got quite a bit of climbing in front of me. Right, I'm at the bottom. Well, there's my new trail. There is a trail here, look. And about a mile down there, there's like a, I don't know, a ski centre or a... And I have considered going there. But then I've only got to come all the way back if it doesn't thunderstorm. It's been thundering a little bit, but not near me. So I'm just going to carry on the trail. The bottom of this canyon's really good for water. Not had a problem. And the next canyon, where I hook a left, is just up there. Look, I'm not that far off it now. And hopefully that should have plenty of water as well. Well, here's my crossing. Had my good time there. Looks pretty straightforward. Well, looks like I'm back on the Skyline Trail. I didn't see that coming. This is the final push to get to the top, where it's steep and it's a long way. Boy, this is going to hurt. And another lake with great camping. I am sorely tempted to stop here. But it's a bit early. This is the spot I've been aiming for the last 2 miles. It was a flattish looking spot, and I got my fingers crossed that it were pine forest, and it is. Look at this beauty. Man, anywhere. Yep. In fact, I think that looks a little bit more level. Yeah, beautiful. Right, this is me. Good morning. That was my tent spot last night. Absolutely lovely sleep. I woke up 3 or 4 times though with the rain or hail, I'm not sure what it was. It's a bit dark at the minute because obviously the clouds still covered over. The sky is still covered over with clouds. It's usually nice and bright at this time. It's only 20 to 6. Right, I'll get packing. And there we go. Nice clean campsite. Always leave a nice sleep campsite. Right, my last night on trail. My last day on trail, if all goes to plan. Let's get on with it. Look at this cloud cover. Man. Very, very rarely do you get cloud this time of day. I think this is only the second time I've seen this while I've been on trail. It's got rain written all over it. Right, just to bring into the picture where I am, what I'm doing. I've got about 22 miles left to finish the trail. The trail finishes in Santa Fe at the Plaza, which is where I started. I've got about 3 or 4 mile which will get me out of the Pecos Wilderness, which is where I am now, back into the National Forest, the Carson National Forest. And I've just had a quick look on my water chart, and water's pretty prevalent from here all the way in. Not that I'm going to need much if it's going to be like this. Man, if it had been this cool every day, I'd have been done a week ago. Hey. Right. Windsor Trail. I've been on that for a while. In fact, I've been on that from leaving the Skyline Trail. It's been a good trail. No complaints. Well, I think this is it. The boundary of the Pecos Wilderness. Yep. Yeah. Windsor Trail, that was a good one. And I'm still on it. Oh my god, a bench. Well, I could have done with one of them a while ago. A few times. So I'm going to carry on down here now. It's pretty much really nice, steep, easy going downhill to a ski area. I think it's called the ski basin. I don't know whether anything's open or not, but not that I'm bothered. I just want to get to Santa Fe. Do you know, this is a question for you through hikers out there. I've just come through the Pecos Wilderness. Not just then, but this is my recent memory. And there's been times when I've been dead on my feet and I've got a really big climb in front of me. My pack weighs a ton, my shoulders hurt, my legs are done. I can hardly breathe in, my mouth's bone dry. And I'm saying to myself, why are you doing this? If I could press a button now, I'd just get in Santa Fe and in a motel room and have a cold drink in my hand and a hot meal on the table waiting for me. And I'm just getting further down the trail now. I've left the wilderness. I've passed 3 hikers in the space of 10-15 minutes and I can hear traffic. And my mind's saying, oh shit. You can't win, can you? Feel like turning around and going back. But I've booked my accommodation now, so that must be the ski place, the ski bowl. Look at all those hikers over there. Yeah. Oh well, keep going, kiddo. I'm still on the Windsor Trail. It's an absolute cracking trail the further down you go. Really is good. And I've about 16 miles still to go to get me to Santa Fe Plaza. Sun's starting to come out as well. Well, this is where I leave the Windsor Trail. Like leaving an old friend. Been a great trail, really has. And now I follow the Chamissa Trail 183 up there. Well, that out there is Santa Fe. I've still got a good old long walk in front of me and it's getting really hot and I'm exposed. But what's new? Right, I'm just having a quick 10 minutes in the shade of these cottonwoods. Thank God, this were only a 1 on the water chart, but it's just about moving, look. Thank God for that. I can water up. Well, that bit of breeze is nice. Eee. Oh, it's a nice bit of shade on this side of the road. And here we are, Santa Fe Plaza. Oh, am I ready for this? Right, I'm going to find somewhere quiet and I'll do a quick recap. If there is anywhere quiet, it's a bit busy today. Well, this is the best spot I could get. There's one park bench, but it's right in sun, so sod that. Right, about this trail. It's a tough trail. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a dead tough trail. But I don't have a problem with that. It would have been a lot easier if I'd have started in the middle of May rather than the middle of June, but that was my choice and you can't blame the trail for that. Once again, Brett, Melissa, thank you so much for the amount of effort you put into these trails. They really are amazing. And the backup that you get, just brilliant, just brilliant. I'm lost for words, I really am. Now on to northern New Mexico. Oh my goodness, what a place. What a place. Totally unspoiled. It ain't Colorado. But it's got a Colorado vibe sometimes, you know, with the mountain views and the views that you get. But without the daft crowds. So yeah, I've got 2 nights booked in here, but I'm probably going to have 3 because I do like Santa Fe. It's as cool as anything. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the comments. And I shall see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. I've said that before, haven't I?